What up, everybody? I'm back with another video. In this video, we'll be reacting to Where is Part 2 Tweaking Gohan's Origin and Update. I love reacting to animations from this channel because for my boy Blue Animation makes some awesome content. Now I know y'all remember Dragonball Super superhero fan animation part 1, right? I know y'all remember that. I know y'all remember that. That was a crazy just fan animations. It's up there with the legends. I want to react to this video. I want to see with the update myself. I want to see where everything's at. Just be patient, y'all. You know, be patient with them boys, man. They cooking. They cooking. I know they cooking, bro. So let's see what it's at. Let's see what they gotta say. And shout out to Blue Animation. Y'all hold it down. You and your whole crew, man. Big ups to y'all. Y'all are very inspirational. And I just can't wait to see what y'all do in the future. Alright, let's get it.
Yo guys, I know it's been a while since the last update, and I want to thank everyone who's been patient and stuck around.
Ain't no problem, bro. Y'all just keep cooking.
Update video. I've wanted to do
keep
it
cooking
for
in the
a long
kitchen,
time,
bro. Keep
but
cooking
the
your
time
stuff.
wasn't right. You guys want to know if part 2 is still happening, and I don't want to hide the answer at the end of the video. So yes, it is happening.
Hey!
Unfortunately, the project had to be paused for quite a long time.
Nah. We good, bro. Cause you know what I'm saying, like, this guy does memes, man. I swear. Nah, I'm good. I'll speak for myself. I don't know about the rest of the fans out there, but I'm good. I'm a patient guy. I'm not slamming. Yo, I gotta figure out where he gets these memes, bro.
There's gonna be very good news at the end though, so for those who have the time.
Oh man, I remember when I remember, yo, me and Blue were going through when I was reacting to it, he was showing me, bro, the sick impact frames when he transformed right here. Oh my goodness, man. As I see that now, I just remember it. I'll try to stop pausing. I'll try my best to stop pausing. But I will say this, you know, it's hard to get projects done, especially like, even when you have a group of people. You know, there's a lot of external things that come up, right? Life gets in the way, you know. When you work with other people, you know, they have their things to do, they have their lives to live. So that's why I feel we should be patient, right? That's how I'm able to be patient with, you know, waiting on content to come out from these content creators. You know, they have lives of their own. You know, life is hard. You know, things get in the way. It's hard, and not to mention that animation is hard. So you know, this is why I'm so patient with it. You know, I mean, this stuff is awesome. Let's not rush these boys, you know what I'm saying? And let's be more patient, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Well, the truth is, I ran into
some
huge, unexpected personal stuff.
You see, that's what I was talking about. I already know. Like, I don't know what the personal stuff is, but I already know, like, you know, things get in the way. Like, for me, I'll use myself as an example. You know, I'm trying to do my own thing, and things get in the way. So you got, you know, there's family stuff, you know, personal stuff, you know, just little things too. Like if your car is messed up, you gotta take it to a mechanic. You know, just little things. It all piles up, though. You know, all this stuff piles up in what we call life, right? So, you know, let's. I don't know if there's any fans out there that are just being impatient, but all this to say, let's be patient. You know, I'll stop pausing.
No, of course I can't go into too much detail, but I can tell you it kind of started with financial struggles. Honestly, 2024 was by far the worst year of my life.
Wow.
So basically life knocked me really out. I lost so much motivation to do anything pretty much.
Wow.
And it became really hard to focus on the channel, even though I never gave up on it. Before I wanted to slowly start getting into my YouTube channel again, I wanted to make sure I'm mentally there. Eventually, when I was mentally doing better, this project just became this massive mountain in front of me, and I just didn't know where to start climbing again.
I don't want to talk over him. And I'm not going to make him more promises about pausing because I'm probably going to pause again. But I feel him on that same notion of, you know, losing the motivation. I understand completely because as an animator myself, and I'm also trying to do my own projects, and just, you know, the motivation you don't have the motivation to do it, and you see a big old, like, mountain, like he said in the video, a big mountain to climb with this stuff. It's just, it's daunting. It's discouraging because especially you know personally how much work you have to do, and it's just absolutely, you know, scary. Will I ever get it done in my lifetime? You know, all this stuff. You know, that's what I go through sometimes with my own projects. But yeah, no, I totally understand where he's coming from, and you know, with, you know, all this other stuff. But you know, I'm glad you're back, and you know, Blue, I'm glad you're back, and you got your mental faculties. Oh, you got yourself right. you know, because you need to get yourself right to make this awesome masterpiece. And I'm glad you're there. It's so good to see, and I can't wait, buddy.
Here I
Can't
have this
wait.
mindset
I love
I'll
it.
get back to it when I'm ready.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next. That's what I have to say.
Ready. But that moment where I felt ready was never there. So where is it at now? Well, this year started off very well. Most of the keyframes are actually already done. It definitely looks like a huge step up from part 1. Originally, part 2 was supposed to be between 8 and 10 minutes long. But at the end of 2024, I decided to split it just to make it more manageable for me.
Okay.
Ironically though, even after splitting, it still ended up being the same length. Because of that split though, some really cool scenes unfortunately couldn't make it in part 2. The Galley Kamehameha, for example, was one of them. But the version you'll get is still a banger on its own. For example, the Black Frieza scene is still in there. The scenes that would have been in the second half would only appear in a possible part 3. And I say possible because honestly, let's keep it real.
Wait a minute.
Isn't that relevant anymore.
Wait a minute.
For example, the Black Frieza.
It didn't clue into me. Hold on a second. So some of the stuff we saw in the teaser might not make it to the actual part 2. Okay, interesting.
Ironically though, even after splitting, it still ended up being the same length. I decided to split it just to...
Well, let me just double check something here.
Part 1. Originally, part 2 was supposed to be between 8 and 10 minutes long.
8 to 10 minutes.
At the end of 2024, I decided to split it just to make it more manageable for me. Ironically though, even after splitting, it still ended up being the same length. Because of that split though, some really cool scenes...
So it still ended up being 8 to 10 minutes long after you split them. After you split the part 2. Okay, so I guess between the two splits is about 10 minutes. Okay, I guess so. I guess that's what it is. Interesting.
Unfortunately couldn't make it in part 2. The Galley Kamehameha, for example, was one of them. But the version you'll get is still a banger on it.
It's just interesting because, like, you see it all the time in even in these big companies like Disney movies and Marvel movies and like even like the Godzilla movies. Like some of the stuff you see in the trailers aren't in the movie. So it's just interesting to see this happening with like even like fan animations of stuff. Like, I mean, y'all gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, it's not in the that part wasn't in the part 2. It's all good. If anything, just go watch the teaser again, kind of thing, right? So it's just interesting. I did not know that was what's going on. That's actually fascinating. But I already know these boys are gonna come up with some next stuff to like eclipse that Gun stuff.
For example, the Black Frieza scene is still in there.
Hey!
The scenes that would have been in the second half would only appear in a possible part 3. And I say possible because honestly, let's keep it real. Superhero isn't that relevant anymore. When you understand the backstory of how this project started, you'll see why continuing beyond part 2 doesn't really make that much sense. But still, I do want to be fair with you. Remember how I said in part 1, if the video gets 20k likes, you'll get a part 2? Already back then, I didn't even want to continue it. But since you crushed it like it was nothing, I just felt like I have to give you a part 2.
Whoever voice acted God deserves an enemy or something? Facts! That dude, bro, that man, that boy was putting in work. Facts. Whoever said that comment, oh my goodness, absolutely agree.
And I'm gonna do the same with part 2. So if the part 2 video hits the like goal that I will set in that video, and it really shows that enough people still care about it, I will consider wrapping it up with part 3.
Y'all heard the man.
This whole animation was never meant to become a series.
Y'all heard the man. Like his video.
Before the Dragonball Super.
That's it. That's all you gotta do. Ooh, look at that.
Back then, there were only trailers out, and I just saw the potential. I wanted to do a quick animation to make use of the hype. But back then, we didn't even know anything about the movie yet. That's why the story doesn't really make any sense in this.
That's insane.
Like 1 and 2 working with Cell, or Gohan becoming Super Saiyan 4 instead of Beast. And when we hit about the 5-minute mark in the project, and I was like, bro, I don't want to make this longer. But they convinced me, so we did make it longer. But I said, yo, I want to get this done fast, right? We were already rushing this, trying to get this out before the movie comes out. And I just wanted to get the video out, so we rushed it until the end. That's why the pacing is so bad. That's why nothing really makes sense. That's why the animation isn't that great. But
don't worry about it.
It's
all good.
It was not meant to be like this huge, crazy project or anything like that. Just look at this project like enjoying a little bit of animation.
Exactly. That's how I see it too.
Just watch it and have fun. That's it.
That's it.
Unfortunately, some people, especially on Twitter,
Real.
did take this serious.
Oh.
So they're mainly because Cell killed Pan. You know, because people are tired of seeing Gohan getting traumatized. I get it. But let's keep it real. They still did it in the official movie, just less extreme. You know.
Exactly. Nah, bro. Nah. You gotta stand on business, man. Nah, dude. First of all, we have Dragon Balls, so like y'all just wish it back if y'all write that into the movie, right? Secondly, hey man, that if Gohan is gonna get if Gohan ever needed a push to stop all this, you know, conference calls and I gotta do my studies and train harder to protect his family, then that ought to do it. That ought to do it. To see your precious little girl get vaporized, yeah, that should kick you into gear to start training again, bro. Nah. If I had come with the idea, if I had came up with the idea to vaporize Pan, bro, I'd stand on it, bro. I'm not trying to sound like a complete jerk or anything, but it's just we need to see stakes, escalation. We need to see like some real, like that's how you get you know, behind Gohan's anger, and like that's why you feel it, and then you feel the voice actor putting in that work and the animation. It all just cobble pots together in this neat little, you know, this experience of making this such a memorable, you know, fan animation.
Traumatizing Gohan and using his anger and all that stuff. I really wasn't trying to be deep or something like that. I just figured Gohan is probably gonna get a new form, and that just was the quickest way to get him there. You know, for me it was like, oh yeah, kill off Pan.
Yo, what is this meme? Could someone tell me what this meme is? I see it everywhere. It's a weird apple dude. Sorry, I'll stop pausing.
I get it. People don't like that. I'm not really into the fan manga side of things, but apparently there are like fan fictions where that happens a lot or something like that.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't even call what I've done writing. I think you understand how it got to that point now. We were in a rush, and it really wasn't that serious. At first, I didn't even know about the hate because it was only on Twitter. But then eventually, people started coming from Twitter to my channel, and I was just confused because I thought I was clear in the beginning of part 1. You know, some people were also calling out that it didn't look good, and I'm glad it was my scene they were talking about because I have other people in my team that helped me, and of course, I don't want people to make fun of them. Before that, basically, nobody knew me, and all of a sudden, people were making fun of my animation. And out of that whole mess, a meme was born. Tweaking Gohan.
Oh, that's how it came out? So that's how it came about, eh? The whole discourse between killing off Pan and stuff, and Twitter getting all, or X getting all hot and bothered with it. I don't know, man. Like, y'all people in the comments gotta chill out, bro. Like, some people, life is so serious as it is. Why we gotta take out our frustration and anger on people that are providing you escapism? That's all this is. If we're to zoom out, right? If we're to zoom out, all this content we take in through these, you know, various things, it's all an escapism to, you know, help us cope with our inner struggles in life, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, let's not get so upset at these guys that are putting in all this work to make this content. You know, you can have a disagreement, that's fine, but to harass, don't be like, oh, it looks bad, even though like it doesn't look bad, but you're just mad because they killed off a character. I mean, I used to be in that spot too with certain things, but I've grown out of that. But point is, let's be a little more, you know, courteous of other people, right? Let's not get so serious about stuff like this. Or else Gohan will start tweaking and come after you. You know what I'm saying?
You probably know it. You probably know it. Everyone does at this point. You know, people were even remaking it. People were making memes with it all over the place.
I didn't know.
And at first, I did take it a bit personal because I just wasn't used to that attention. But it didn't take long until I started using the meme myself. But here's the thing. Despite all the chaos, part 1 was still a massive success. Most people loved it. If you were one of those who didn't like it, that is totally fine. But don't try to ruin it for others.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Bigger project, and yeah, it had a lot of issues. Trust me, I can't even look at some of my stuff. It blew up, luckily.
Look at the facts, bro.
Millions of views across social media, tons of reaction videos, and even the teaser for part 2 got praised by the official Dragonball Super anime director
Oh!
on Twitter. People made fan art, a bunch of memes, and I got so many kind comments and DMs. And I always had this dream of making this a full-time thing at some point. And for the first time, it felt like the hard work might actually pay off. But the reality is, the money wasn't even close to matching the time I invested. Animation takes a huge amount of time. And when you're a smaller creator, you really have to grow first before you see any real reward. Which, that's normal. You need to grow first. I wish I could have kept the momentum after I uploaded, but as I said at the beginning, stuff just came in between. You know, last year, eventually, I wanted to slowly start working on it again, but then sometimes my financial situation just didn't allow it. I just had to take commission to get by. And I had other projects I was involved in, like Dragon Ball Deliverance, for example. I've wanted to make this video for so long.
I can't wait for Dragon Ball Deliverance. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be sick! That's gonna be Dragon Ball Deliverance is gonna be off the hook. Oh my goodness, bro! I can't wait for that too. So many awesome fan animations out there.
But I didn't want to come back until I had good news. I know it's been a very long time, but finally I do have good news. I finished every other project I was involved in. At the moment, I would only take commissions when I absolutely have to. You need to understand, this isn't my job. You know, I got a life just like you. But still, I'm investing a gigantic amount of time in this. So if you support me, for example, on Patreon, that would definitely help me focus on part 2. Okay. Because then I wouldn't have to take on commissions. But as a little thank you for all the patience, I've got a brand new short animation for you. Ultra Vegito Frieza. It's about 2
look at that right there. Yo, look at. Okay, I didn't know. I'm gonna be so honest. I didn't know about this. Oh my gosh. I think I read it somewhere. I might have read it from the Discord, but it went right over my head. See this screenshot right here. Look at it. Look at the. Oh my gosh. Nah, this is an absolute delight of a surprise. Ultra Ego Vegito? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Blue might have told me about this already. I don't remember, but I forgot. In my old age, bro, I be forgetting things, bro. And I'm so glad I did, because this is an awesome surprise. It's so sick. This is so sick. Look at Frieza. Look at Frieza looking all scared, bro. Yeah, you better be scared, boy. You better be scared. Yo, we got the ultra of the egos of the Vegetos, bro, with the glistening earrings there, and oh my goodness, I like how the soy cuts the screen in half, bro. It's like shing. This is awesome. Alright, let me calm down. I'm actually so excited. Just see this made my day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not gonna lie to you. This actually made my day, man. Wow. Also, before I continue, I noticed something interesting with the animation with Cell did his blast. Hold on a second. I just noticed now. I like how Cell
stuff just came in between.
Did his animation. So he's in his mouth blast, right? And then it cut. You see the animation. Hold on. How do you frame step? Hold on a second. You see his face? It almost looks like his face continues through the cut. I don't know if that's intentional. To me, that reads like a face. Call me crazy, because you see him blasting here, right? He's like, but the blast, his mouth is open, and they cuts quick enough that it almost looks like the smoke here continues his face, like shooting this bigger blast. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but it read like that to me as I was watching it here, and I just like, whoa, did they do that intentionally? Anyways, let me get back to the Vegeta part.
It's about 2.5 minutes long, and the teaser drops.
Oh.
If you want to be part of the community or share your own work.
So I wonder if at the recording of this video, because today is what, the 25th? Like, I wonder when this week, so maybe it might come out today. I don't know, because I'm very late when it comes to stuff like this. It might come out today. Oh my goodness. Okay, it said this week, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but yo, let's see. Let me rewind a bit. Yeah.
Share your own work. Hop into.
He said, "What? Share your own work?"
The community or share your.
This week, yeah.
If you want to be part of the community or share your own work, hop into our Discord server. Link is in the description. And as I mentioned before, if you want to support what I'm doing, you can check out my Patreon. For those who don't know what Patreon is, it's a way to support your favorite creators financially. If you become a Patreon, you get access to exclusive screenshots, early clips, and behind-the-scenes content. Basically, you get to see stuff that others can't. I got a link for that in the description as well. Alright guys, thanks again for sticking with me. You've been way more patient than I ever could have asked for. Part 2 is on the way. See you.
I'm just excited, bro. That Vegito, let me put it back. Right there. That's wallpaper material, bro. That's wallpaper material for your desktop right there. But anyways, I made this video too long. It's an 8-minute video, and it's right now, as we're recording, it's like 25 minutes. So I got a lot of editing to do if I post this up. But I just want to say, again, finally, in conclusion, shout out to Blue Animation and his team. Y'all are doing the best. Y'all are awesome. Y'all contributing to making our lives a lot more bearable through seeing this awesome content and just being you know, a great example of what hard work looks like in the animation space, and just when it comes to fan animation as well, and just the YouTube content. And speaking of YouTube content, I was discouraged. The reason why I haven't really been posting on YouTube as well is just I've been discouraged with the whole AdSense, you know, not being able to get monetized and all stuff like that, and it was a little discouraging. But I'm trying to do more, you know, try to get my reaction videos back up again, and still try to figure out how the monetization thing works with AdSense and try to fix my AdSense account. But all that to say, I completely agree / understand why, you know, there's such a big gap in time, and it's all good. It's all good. To Blue Animation, you and your team, it's all good. So I was supposed to say that in my reaction video here, and I just can't wait to see more. I'm super excited, but I'm also patient, because y'all gotta make sure you get the right ingredients, got the animation, all this stuff, just make this awesome content so we all enjoy. So if y'all like the reaction, let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all excited for in the comment section below, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.